want to go to the Trotsky region.
You've picked quite a journey. But if you have the coin, then I'm at your service.
Here you are.
All right, wait a mo. I have to load up the cart and get the horses ready. All right, we're ready. We can go.
Have you ever had any trouble?
Well, nothing too bad so far. I come across some from time to time, but I only travel by day, trying to avoid main roads and take it may be as long as a trip to Nazareth, but it's the only way to stay safe.
Let's get going.
Right then, you'll have to walk from here on. I'll be with you.
All right. Take care.
God bless you.
Can I ask you for directions? Who are you then?
Clovis. They call me Four-Leaf Clovis on account of my luck. Why do you ask?
Who is this mate of yours?
That's Ura, but folk call him Hawkeye.
Ah, right. Because he's good with a bow, eh?
Exactly. Try a hand against him if you want, but you'll likely walk away a few groschen lighter.
How do you and Ura know each other?
I play dice, he shoots arrows, so we stick together. Every village has someone who tries their luck against us, but most of them leave a few groschen poorer. So, unless you're planning on losing some coin too, don't hang around here too long.
Good day. What would you like?
What are you doing here?
Right here.
Oh, me and
You're a Hawkeye.
Henry of Scallop.
Hey, Henry. Have you ever tried popinjay shooting? If you've got your own bow and a few...
Is it just me? Or do you not...
Not really. Four-Leaf came up with his and insisted... Well, so I'm Hawkeye.
How about Ura Falcon? It's shorter and fitting.
Oh, every half-blind fool calls himself...
Shall we measure our archery skills?
With pleasure. Got something to wager?
I'll check if I have enough coin. All right, here you go. Let's do this.
See you later, my friend.
Attention! Let 'em fly!
Watch and learn. Too bad my old woman ain't seeing this. And we're home free. Oh shit! I hope I didn't hit anybody. And we're home free. I won again!
Shall we measure our...
With pleasure.
I'll check here. Take up your positions. Let 'em fly!
Too bad my old woman ain't seeing this. Watch and learn. Oh shit, I'm not hitting a thing. Watch and learn. I won again!
I'd like to play dice. Care for a roll or two?
What game would you like to play?
Knights, as it should be.
Let's play!
Hope Lady Luck will be on my side. Let it be now. I want to play too, you know. If I was you, I'd take it. Here. Oh, no! Not good. Have you lost your mind? You're gonna lose everything. That'll do me. Roll. And you look like you can't count to 5. Damn it! They're yours, lad. It looks pretty bad, eh? Oh, no! Not good. What happened? Did you forget to count?
Good doggy. Good boy.
That's as far as I go. It's yours. You must have a lucky horseshoe up your ass. Next time I'll be more careful around you. Why did I even wager it?
They'll surely...
What game would you like to play?
Let's play like...
Let's play! I'm seriously curious about you, lad. That'll do me. Roll. These ones here. This. Here. Oh no! Not good. These ones here. Here. Damn it! They're yours, lad. My God, why? Why do I even play?
I never gave up. I just wanted to get out of here. Don't you play games with me. Count yourself lucky I'm tied up. What a stroke of luck. You turned up just at the right moment, lad.
What are you doing here?
Well, nothing much. I was standing around when someone decided to tie a tree to me. It's awful. Jesus Christ be praised.
Forever and ever.
Would you be so kind?
Sure. Why not?
It's lucky you happened to pass by when you did, lad. I hate to think what beasts might be lurking in that forest. I'm, watching your back, friend. You can count on that. Sit down. It's not easy to talk with my hands bound. Could you please untie me? Oh, thank you, lad. I'd like to embrace you now that I finally can.
That's all right.
What do they call you?
Henry of Scallis. And you are...
Magister Voiticus ex Aridus. A pleasure to meet you, Henry.
You've got a pretty strange name, I'll tell you that.
It's Latin, but you can call me Voiter if you like. It's not really my name, but what does it matter?
What were you doing with that skull? Was it my imagination, or were you talking to it?
Well, sometimes I just do that to sort out my thoughts. Better than talking to myself, don't you think?
There might be something to that. Not long ago, I was singing to a horse. Where did you actually get that skull?
Let's say it's my personal muse. It notices things I can't see and tells me about them so I can paint them. I'm a painter, you see?
Inspiration by the tree, or what?
Of course not. I ended up there partly because of my own curiosity, and partly, because of the rash nature of others.
Do you always talk this vaguely? Believe it or not, I've had even stranger encounters.
Really? Then you have to tell me about them, but preferably another time and place.
So what is your name then? Voita, or that Voity something?
Well, that depends on who I'm talking to and where. But for you, I'm simply Voiter. Nothing else is worth mentioning, or appropriate to say.
So you work at Trotsky? What exactly do you do there?
What would a painter do? With brush and paint, I bring beauty to where there was only emptiness. In short, pretty much everything. Restoring the murals in the banquet hall, a few new shields for the castle garrison, and mostly decorating parchments. My opus magnum still awaits me. Only time will tell what that will be, but hopefully it will reward my years of toil.
All right. So what exactly happened to you? And try to make it clear.
They nearly shot me, then beat me up, and finally tied me to a tree. That's what happened. They nearly shot me, then beat me up, and finally tied me to a tree. That's what happened.
You know what? Tell me the whole story.
Then beat me up, and finally tied me to a tree. That's what happened. I needed to clear my head a bit, but imagine an arrow almost
Tell me
hit
the whole
me.
story.
These two fellows had set up an archery range among the trees, but they somehow failed to notice they were next to the road. By way of apology, they invited me over, gave me a bit of wine to calm my nerves, but imagine, and one of them offered to play dice.
Tell me the whole
But he
story.
seemed to win suspiciously often, set up an if you get what I mean, among the trees, but they somehow failed to notice. Apologizing. He started shouting at me, and his mate whacked me over the head with a stick. And then I woke up here.
Where exactly did all this happen?
Like I said, at the crossroads north of Slatigo. Those two had set up camp among the trees, right next to the path.
Well,
Luck had nothing to do with it.
don't mention it.
Really? Then maybe you could help me.
I don't mean to offend you, but do you even have anything to reward me with?
I understand that right now. I don't exactly look like the picture of trustworthiness. But you can believe one thing. I never leave a debt unpaid. To anyone.
And what exactly am I supposed to help you with?
Leaving me here for the wolves apparently wasn't enough for those two. They robbed me as well. Just look around.
Can you even tell if something's missing in this mess?
Yes, my dice, and especially my set of brushes. I could live without the dice, but I can't paint with chicken feathers.
All right, I'll help you. But I won't do it for free.
I wouldn't ask that of you, my friend.
All right. I'll make damn sure those two give everything back.
Thank you so much. But if I may...
And you're defending them? Fellas who robbed you and left you to the wolves?
But that doesn't mean I have to behave the same way, does it? There are already too many killers in this land. We don't need another.
All right, then. I'll go and look around for your thieves.
Thank you. I'll head back to the castle for now and think of a way to repay you for all of this. You'll find me in the loft, in the tower called the Crone. But first, I'll tidy up here a bit, and most importantly, finally have a sit-down. You know, I was standing tied to that tree for quite a while, and these legs of mine aren't the youngest anymore.
Ja! Go! Ja! Ja!
If you think I can't tell when you're lying.
Watch out, someone's here.
Do you remember the painter, Voiter? I'm here for his things.
What? I don't know no Voiter, let alone no painter.
Really? I found him tied to a tree under Trotsky. He said you took his brushes. And some dice?
That's a nice story, but I'm telling you, I ain't got no idea what you're talking about.
If I were you, I'd remember quickly. Right now, Voiter is willing to let it slide. But if I come back empty-handed, he might want to handle it the hard way.
All right. Clearly that blow to the head wasn't enough of a warning for him. But if I was you, I'd give that loudmouth a few more knocks. It won't hurt him now.
What really happened between you and him?
Well, Yura mistook him for a deer. Shame he missed.
And then?
He was a bit shaken, so we invited him over here. Only that crackpot started spouting all kinds of weird nonsense. And then there's that skull of his. Tell me, who in their right mind carries a human skull around? Well, you know how it ended. He got a beating and ended up by the tree, where you found him.
Didn't occur to you he could have died tied to that tree? You'd have a murder on your hands.
Oh, don't exaggerate. We dragged him all that way on purpose so he'd be clearly visible from the castle. He was perfectly fine when you found him, wasn't he?
I suppose. But apart from me, he was also found by a couple of wolves. If I hadn't been there, he'd be painting all the saints in heaven now.
See? That rascal's got some luck. Must be the devil helping him, mark my words.
Wait, what weird things was he saying?
Well, he was lying to you.
Or maybe you're the one.
Then I wouldn't have admitted we hit him over the head with a stick, would I? I'm telling you, there's something. He was telling Yura that someone's going to murder him or something. Get this, he claimed his skull told him. If I was you, I'd want.
Where are the painter's things?
We divvied them up. I was in need of some new dice. Yura wanted the skull, but I talked him into taking the brushes instead. And a good thing too. I never want to see that grinning monstrosity again.
Can I take those dice?
Hang on, just like that? Do you even know what I had to do to get them?
Whack someone over the head with a stick?
Exactly. So, what will you give me for them?
Hand them over, or I'll count your teeth with my fist.
Whoa, calm down. I'm not just gonna hand them over, but if you want, I can wager them. Let Lady Luck decide. What do you say?
I'm not playing with you. Still want to play for those?
Changed your mind?
I'll check how much I have on me. Here are my...
Today's my lucky day. I can feel it in my bones.
Greetings to you.
This. Here. These ones here. Damn! Shit! If I was you, I'd take it. Have you lost your mind? You're gonna lose everything. Like this. My God! Oh, come on! It looks pretty bad. This. Here. Damn! Shit! Enough. I'm...
By thunder! If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, I'd say there's some devilry at play.
No devilry here. Just a sign that you should hand over those dice to me. Maybe then your luck will come back.
Here you go. May the painter choke on them.
I'm here for those don't bother denying it.
Oh, and he was the one telling me to keep...
Why did you beat up Voiter like that?
Well, it was mostly Clovis, although I nearly hit him with an arrow first.
I heard that part already. What happened next?
Well, we brought him here, but then he started saying he wouldn't let go of it. And I honestly couldn't tell if he was talking to us or to it. So I asked...
Did it also tell him that you cheat at dice?
What? We don't cheat. Never.
Voiter said otherwise. He saw you flipping the dice, you argued, and then he ended up robbed and tied to a tree.
Oh, he had it coming too. But it wasn't about the dice. Like, it said I looked like some captain from Colleen who sired a lot of bastards. So I might be his son. And it's true I'm from Colleen, and I never knew my pa. Only the captain's brother, he said, is hunting down those bastards and killing them so they can't claim any inheritance rights.
And you believed him?
It was really convincing, I'm telling you. When that fella talked about all them murders, I felt like the Grim Reaper was breathing down my neck. He would have told me more. But then Clovis hit him with that stick, because he saw how shaken I was. And you know the rest.
Well, that's quite the tale, but you could have kept it to yourself. Voiter told me what really happened. You played dice with him, and when he caught you cheating, you beat him up and robbed him.
Horse shit, I'm telling you, it's all that bloke's fault. Not a bloke, more like some kind of warlock.
Did it not occur to
I told Clovis that, but he said someone... That's how it was, innit?
He's fine, but it was a close call.
Phew.
Clovis said you
Look, I'd love... This whole thing stinks. How do I even...
honestly stole.
Doesn't matter anymore.
Look, you've already run into Voiter once, and you're still clearly shitting yourself from it. And now imagine what he'll do when I tell him you won't return his stuff.
If he cries into his pillow over them brushes at night, I'm sorry. But I'm just not...
What use would paintbrushes even be to them? You just like to show off with that bow, don't you? And then secretly scribble lewd pictures.
Fine. Let's settle it with a shooting match.
Oh, damn.
Well, get one yourself. I ain't lending...
Farewell, good sir.
Good doggy. Good boy. I heard something. I must be mad. To hell with it.
mad. Huh? Eh? Huh? Did I imagine it?
What's that?
I heard something. I must be mad.
I suppose it was nothing.
Quick! Whoa! Ja! Go! Go! Ja! Whoa! Whoa!
Good day.
Good to see you, friend.
Good to see you.
Greetings. What would you like?
How long have you been?
Well, but if
How do things...
you mean...
Yeah.
Then you should... her husband, then captain, he's an old... And the ruler...
I know...
It's in short... What can... and he's the right...
I understand.
That's not what I...
But...
But numbers and accounts aren't everything. But that young...
What are you doing?
The Lord... Well, at least I don't have to walk up all...
Did they kick you out of the...
Nothing like that. I just didn't feel safe at Trotsky. The man in charge... He scared me, to be frank. He wanted me to bless his armor, his sword even. Lord von Berghoff never wanted such things from me. And then suddenly he falls from the tower. I heard someone may have helped him, but in my opinion, it was suicide. Even that odd gravedigger didn't want to bury him. And they made me say the service for him. I just couldn't take it any longer. Now I'm back in the village with my people, just like when I was a lad. Their problems are very different from those of the Lord's, and honest...
I'd like to learn something.
What is this about?
I'd like to hear...
I'll tell you some...
God be with you. Keep the peace, and we'll stay friends.
Cheers. I hope you have an uneventful shift. What kind of tasks?
Rare ones, lad. His lordship spends little time at Trotsky.
Why doesn't Lord von Burgov free...
It's politics, boy.
I understand. Why did they take our king captive? And why did...
That's complicated. Back during the... And when young Wenceslas came to the throne, he didn't have enough... That's why he surrounded himself with faithful lower lords and entrusted...
I reckon the high nobility didn't like that.
You're damn right they didn't. That started, but King he preferred to run away. It was only a matter of... A year ago, they got together and captured Wenceslas in Prague. They secretly...
So von Burgov and the others want Sigismund to...
Not at all. Soon they discovered they'd miscalculated, and that Sigismund wanted the whole country for himself. I think that's why Lord von Burkhoff received your message. He's trying to find new...
What is the royal
I understand, lad.
Yeah, exactly.
Sir Otto von Burgo is the royal chamberlain. Subcamerarius, in Latin. He manages the royal towns and monasteries.
Why does Sir Otto have to be in Prague?
Because that's the seat of the royal court, and our lord is one of the... Praga caput regni, young man. Prague is the heart of the kingdom. All the political... If you want to be somebody, or to Moravia, to that...
Excuse me.
And what else should I call a person who...
But now he's fighting for a king.
Jobst has changed sides so often. But, to give him credit where credit is due, unlike our king, Wenceslas wasn't even able to hold on to the imperial crown. Yes, indeed. One day, that bloody Margrave Jobst of ours is going to make it. He might even become the...
Who are among...
Who do you think? All the most powerful are Henry of Rosenberg, Henry of Hraditz, Boresh of Riesenberg, Bohuslav of Schwamberg, and our Sir Otto von Burghoff, too, so far.
But we serve Sahanish of Lipa and Radzig Kobyla.
Exactly. They're representatives of the lower nobility, who always stood...
Damn.
On the contrary, boy. It's only thanks to politics that von Burghoff didn't send...
I'd like to learn...
What is this about?
I'd like to hear...
Fine. I'm sorry.
I've got the stuff they stole from you.
You must have been sent by God himself. Thank you.
It's nothing. But tell me this. What kind of trick were you playing on me?
Me?
They said you suddenly started acting really strange. What actually happened?
Nothing. If I did anything odd, it was only after they hit me on the head.
All right. I reckon I should trust the one who ended up tied to a tree, rather than those who tied him up.
I see it exactly the same way. Tell me, how did things end with those two? Did you settle things peacefully?
Yes. Both of them are alive and well.
I'm glad to hear that. Thanks again for your help. And don't think I'm going to express my gratitude only in words. I promised you a reward, and you'll get it. Here, take these dice of mine. They've brought me nothing but trouble. And to be honest, I wanted them back just so I could give them to you. And not just them. You know what? I'll paint something on your shield. Judging by the look of you, that could be a very useful reward.
What do you mean?
You may have the face of a village lad, but you're a warrior. Even my painted skull can see that. And it's got no eyes.
What a nice day.
It feels like you know me a little too well.
It's just your imagination. I only know what others have told me about you.
Like who?
Does it matter? Instead, tell me what you think of my idea for the shield. It's a good reward, right?
That's a really nice reward. Thank you.
If you want, we can get started right away. What do you say?
Do you still need help with something?
Do you feel like you haven't done enough yet?
I simply like being useful.
Really? Tell me, Henry.
I would say so.
So do I. And I think...
Why do you think so?
Call it vanity if you want, but I've spent my whole life so that even 100 years from now, people would know that someone named Voiter lived here.
I don't know.
No? What about Master Theodoric of Prague?
Unfortunately...
And that's exactly what I want to change. Believe me, one truly exceptional painting would be enough to make me one of the greats. And here in the Trotsky region, they say there's a place that could serve as my inspiration. Unfortunately, no one really remembers where it is, but you have already proven yourself to be quite skilled at finding lost things. Maybe that's why fate brought us together, to help me.
It really doesn't just sound...
Well, I hope you won't think I'm a heretic, but I'm curious what people believed in before they'd heard the word of the Lord. What did they think would happen after death? And where did they worship their idols? And they say that such a place can still be found in this region, a shrine where the pagan god Velez was worshipped in ancient times. Have you heard of him?
Sounds familiar. I think I saw that name in a book once. Something to do with cattle, or something like that.
Excellent, Henry. Velez is said to be the ruler of the underworld and protector of cattle. He looks like an ordinary man, but he's got horns on his head, so people sometimes mistake him for the devil. So, what do you say? Will you help me find his shrine?
How do you even know that such a place...
It told me. That is, I heard about it from the... Not that I think anyone still prays at them, but they...
Why are you in...
A pagan? A madman? Or perhaps a...
Very droll. All right.
Go to Vidlak Pond, north of Takov, and talk to the old woman who lives there. You'll find that the woman's name is Kvietoslava. She should know...
Are you sure the old woman knows?
Absolutely. I've walked around Vidlak myself. There's a place on the hill above the pond that's called the Witch's Grove. I thought I'd find the shrine there, but unfortunately not. No horned head. So I asked the fishermen and tanners down below and found this Kvietoslava. But getting anything out of her is no easy.
Didn't she want to talk to you?
Well, she wanted to, sure. First, she mistook me for her husband. Then her grandmother. Then she tried to feed me God.
Where did you say up?
West of Takov, by Vidlak.
I'm curious what you'll paint on that shield. What can I choose from?
Whatever you like, that my paints and skills... First, tell me if you want an open ground, or if you... Then we'll decide together on the... And to finish it, I can even paint some figure there, like Lord... Watch out, though. It won't make a noble like him. And if it turns out you don't like...
Can you paint it?
By all means. A knightly one. Good choice.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who have trespassed against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen. Amen.
My God. Oh, well. Fuck me.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who have trespassed against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Hail Mary, full of grace,
What a mess.
the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen.
It turned out well, didn't it?